Oh, my Lord. Humility. It's something that a lot of times we talk about, that we are an incredibly humble person or that we want to be more humble. But what does that mean? And, instead of giving you a definition, I'm going to give you a bunch of stories about the power of humility and how it attracts people into your life. The more humble we are, the more likely we are to have very deep friendships, not just surface friendships, but the more humble we are, the more honest we are with ourselves. And it's an absolute trait that isn't talked about enough. And I want to tell you a bunch of stories. And I'm going to get to all-pro running back Floyd Little and his wife, Deborah, in a minute. Excuse me. But I remember the very first time I interviewed Deepak Chopra. We woke him up in a hotel room at midnight. My radio show was on at midnight, and we called him up, and his publicist had forgot to tell him, and he was so amazing. He said, "Oh my Lord, I'm so sorry I didn't get the message. Let me just get 5 minutes to get my head together, and I'll definitely come right on your show." Is that incredible? Deepak Chopra. Oh my God, I interviewed that gentleman so many times, and every time he was incredibly humble. Now, Floyd and Deborah Little. So Floyd Little was a 3-time all-pro running back, or all-American running back at Syracuse University. Then he went to the Denver Broncos and became an all-pro, Hall of Famer. He's just this most amazing man. And about a year ago, Deborah Little, his wife, had invited me on campus at Syracuse University, my alma mater, where Floyd was a running back, and I played basketball for a couple of years. And so she said, "I want to do this thing with your new book, Positive Thinking Will Never Change Your Life. We want to do this thing in the chancellor's office, and I'm going to be there, and my husband Floyd's going to be there." So, of course, I jumped on it, right? I just went up there, so excited about the opportunity to be with Deborah and Floyd, and, of course, to talk about the new book. So here's Floyd Little, this, all-pro, NFL all-pro, coming up as humble as could be, saying how great it was to meet me. And I'm going, wait a minute. It's my honor to meet you, Deborah, and you, Floyd. It was just kind of cute. But here's where the story gets really fascinating. So after that presentation at the chancellor's office, I was invited back by Syracuse University School of Education this year to do the keynote address at the Syracuse University graduation ceremonies for the School of Education. So Deborah was in the audience. She was graduating, and Floyd was in the audience as, an attendee, right? So I did my keynote and saw Deborah, and I couldn't find Floyd, so I said goodbye to her, and it was so great to see her. Fast forward to about 3 weeks ago. There is this event in Naples, Florida, for Syracuse University alumni, and Floyd was one of the speakers. So I immediately said to Deborah, "I am there. Those guys live in Vegas, and they're flying into Naples. I really want to see you." So here's where the story gets absolutely fascinating, and I think it's something we all can learn from. I go to the event in Naples. I see Deborah and Floyd. I'm talking to them both, and all of a sudden Floyd says, "Hey, I've got to share something with you. I am so sorry. I have to apologize." And I'm sitting there going, Floyd Little apologized to me for what? And he said, "At the end of your keynote last year at Syracuse University graduation ceremonies, I failed to find you to tell you how incredible your speech was." I was absolutely stunned. He said, "I'm so sorry I didn't tell you then, but I want to tell you now. I should have found you, but I got tied up with all these people." And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I was absolutely floored. It's the story of true grit. It's the story of integrity. It's the story of humility. When someone of that stature comes to someone of my stature and says, "I am so sorry for not telling you a year ago what I felt about your presentation." I learned so much, I learned so much from all these people. When we woke him up at midnight and he was not upset, he was apologizing for not getting the message. When I was interviewing Wayne Dyer many times, and Wayne Dyer, I'd say to something like Wayne, like, "Oh my God, Wayne, your last book came out and 6 weeks later it's a New York Times bestselling." And he'd say, "Oh, David, thank you so much." Or what about Richard Bach, the best-selling author of Jonathan Livingston Seagull? What an amazing story I'm going to tell you about him. Do you know how many books Richard Bach has sold? 80 million. 80 million books Richard Bach has sold. And I introduced him because I am a huge fan of all of his work, especially this book, Illusions, that he wrote. So when the book Illusions 2 came out and I was talking about how incredible of an author he is and how his books have changed my life. If you, and the interview is on our website. If you listen to that interview, he goes, "Oh my gosh, David, I am so humbled by the words that you shared about my work." How about you and I? Like, should we be more humble in life? Could we say thank you instead of thank you, but? Could we tell someone that is doing great things that they're doing great things? Like, are we on a regular basis looking for people to say, "I am so happy you're my friend, you're my sibling, you're my partner. I'm so impressed with what you've done with your life, how you got sober, how you lost the weight, how you never give up no matter what adversity." Like, are we being humble enough to congratulate people around us, to lift their spirits, right? Like, I'm telling you, when I tell you the story of Deepak Chopra, that was 1990. That was 27 years ago. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Or Wayne, or Floyd Little. Like we need to be reaching out to people and get humble and tell them, what if it's a competitor and they just did something great? Do you have the strength to send them a text, an email to say, "Congratulations, oh my God, that you just got this award or published this book," or whatever it is, right? Let's do it. Hey, if you need more inspiration like this on a daily basis, we have a brand new program, David Essel's Daily Inspirational Boost, and you'll get a video to your email 5 days a week. Go to talkdavid.com or davidessel.com. I'll put the information below, okay? Hey, for everyone that said hi to me this morning on this video, hello back. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll look forward to continue to put more out. And if you haven't gotten our chapter 1 of our #1 best-selling book on positive thinking, you can get that at our website too. I'll post it all below, okay? Thank you so much. Let's tell others how incredible they are. It's a sign of humility. I'm David Essel. Have a great day.